Oh my God, it might be him.
This is a tasty burger.
Oh.
What is up, everyone? This is Ben Foggins, Media Corner, back again with a brand new AK After I Saw review episode for today. This is going to be on a new release for 2022, which this came out just a couple of days ago around the globe. But I saw this movie the day after it was released because on the day it was released, I went to see Top Gun Maverick, which I already reviewed. If you want to know what I thought of that, I much appreciate check out my views on the film. So this is going to be on another film that was released the same day as that film, which I saw this the next day after it was released. And as you guys didn't tell from the skit, I'm here, of course, to talk to you guys about the 2022 2D animated comedy film based on the hit sitcom show from Fox that's been going on since 2011, and that is, of course, the Bob's Burgers movie. This was directed by Loren, Bouchard, and Derriman in a directorial debut, and in this film, of course, we follow the Belcher family, you know, Bob, Linda, Tina, Gene, and Louise, who, of course, voiced by the original actors from the show, you know, H. John Benjamin, John Roberts, Dan Mintz, Eugene, Mirman, and Kristen Schaal. And in this movie, we see it's set during summer, and we see the Belcher family, you know, they're running their businesses, they're running their burger business as usual. You know, Bob and Linda are running their business as usual, and they have to pay a rent at the bank. Otherwise, they're going to lose their business, the burger business. And we see the Belcher kids, you know, Tina, Gene, and Louise, they just want to trying to have a perfect summer, which Tina wants to get Jimmy as a summer boyfriend. Gene wants to be part of a band to perform at this concert that's happening in their town. And for Louise, she's kind of having a difficult life because she's getting a bit picked on in school because of her bunny ears, and people think she's just still a baby and all that, even though she doesn't like anyone calling her a baby because she goes psycho. And what ends up happening is that unexpectedly a massive sinkhole erupts, and it's in front of Bob's Burgers restaurant, and no one's really going to the restaurant, and Bob thinks they're going to lose their business. But for this whole sinkhole situation, there's a dark mystery involving all of that. And for one of the kids in the show, Louise, who's actually part of the main story of the film, she basically is trying to solve a mystery along with Tina and Gene to figure out on a way to basically trying to find the culprit and trying to save their burger business, while we see Bob and Linda trying to continue on with their business and trying to save their burger business. And so we see, you know, the whole Belcher family are trying to do whatever they can to basically try and save their burger business. So that's pretty much the story of the Bob's Burgers movie. Now, for the show Bob's Burgers, I never really watched the show back then because when it comes to adult cartoons, the one that always comes to my mind that I always watch on TV is mostly The Simpsons, Family Guy, or South Park. Those are the ones I really love watching. And I have seen a few adult cartoon shows to movies before in the past, like Beavis and Butt-Head Do America, South Park, Bigger, Longer, and Uncut, and The Simpsons movie, which I really enjoyed those movies. And so when I heard we were getting a movie about Bob's Burgers, I was like, I have to get into the show at some point, because a few of my friends suggested I should check out the show, as well as even my girlfriend. She even suggested I should check out the show. And of course, this movie was originally scheduled for a 2020 release, but it got delayed because of you know what. And it's got a new release date in 2022. And so when they did get a new release date, and when it was going to come out pretty soon in May, I started watching the show. I started binge watching the show on Disney Plus, and I really like the show. It's a really funny show, alongside the ones and this is definitely another one of my favorite adult cartoons next to the ones I already mentioned before. I love watching. And the trailers for this film did seem pretty interesting to me, and obviously I was going to go and check out this film. And so I went to see this, and like I said, I saw this the day after it was released because I went to see Top Gun Maverick. And so I saw this like I said, I saw this on the weekend. I saw this on a Saturday, and my screening was quite packed. There was quite a few people who were sitting alongside with me. And after walking out of this movie, I definitely had a really fun blast with the Bob's Burgers movies. I had a great time with this movie. There's quite a few things to enjoy out of this movie. When it comes to the animation in this film, the animation all around this film is great. It's 2D animated, just like, say, like any old-fashioned 2D animated films, which technically we don't get these kind of films nowadays because we mostly get, 3D CGI films like from Disney. Well, Disney have done 2D animation before in the past, but we don't get them anymore because we get like 3D CGI films nowadays from like, say, Disney or DreamWorks. But the animation all around this film is great, and there are some like shadowy details in this film which I kind of found pretty great for like the shadowy effects in this film, like for the shadow on the faces and the buildings and the other sunny areas. I thought it was great all around. And the voice cast from the original people from the show are, of course, great and fun to watch, just like in the show, for the characters that we all know and love. And I really love these characters, of course. And for the other characters from the show, they were great to watch. Although I do have a little bit of nitpick for that. I kind of wish there would have been some other side characters that we know from the show. Kind of wish they were a bit of. I kind of wish they kind of cameoed themselves in this film. I kind of wish for that, even though there wasn't that many. But still, though, it's great to see the characters that we all know and love from the show in this movie. And like I said, everyone's great in the film and just really funny for these characters that we all know and love here. And its storytelling in this film, I kind of found pretty investing, surprisingly, because usually for some like adult cartoon shows to movies, for their stories, some don't really pay attention to the story because they just kind of pay attention to some of the ridiculousness and silliness that's going on screen, like say in the Simpsons movie or South Park the movie. You just kind of they just kind of focus on some of the ridiculous stuff instead of focusing on the main story and all that. Like say like what's gonna happen in some of these, and of course it's up to the the main character or family from the show to try and save the day, blah 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 blah. The story I kind of found pretty surprisingly investing, mostly due to see like one of the Belcher kids in the show, Louise, the youngest, who kind of has a big part of the main story when we see her along with Tina and Gene trying to solve a mystery that can potentially save the burger business, while we see Bob and Linda trying to save their business while trying to figure out a way how to sell some burgers and all that, despite no one can get into the restaurant because of this sinkhole situation and all that. I did find the story pretty investing and all that, and it's kind of heartfelt, surprisingly. I did find some moments pretty heartfelt, and there are some unpredictable moments which I did not see coming and all that, for like say who was the villain in this movie and all that. But the villain, I kind of had that bit of a nitpick as well. It's just like I kind of found the villain just pretty obvious, really. But the story overall was great, and for the mystery, as well as having a bit of heartfelt moments with story, and having some unpredictable moments for like some twists and turns and all that. And also this movie does surprisingly have a bit of music to it. Like there are some catchy musical numbers in this film, even though this movie is not a mainstream musical. So don't expect this to be like, say, the next Wizard of Oz or The Sound of Music or West Side Story or anything. Just don't expect that. There's not much musical numbers, but for the music overall in this film, I found pretty catchy, and it did have me going while I was in my seat. It did kind of have me moving my body a bit while I was watching the movie, and the jokes and the humor in this film are really funny. Of course, when it comes to when it comes to the show is funny, and here in this movie, it's funny as well. I really dug all the jokes and the humor in this film from the main family and other characters from the show. And just overall, in the end, guys, the Bob's Burgers movie is definitely a fun blast for those who are a fan of the show. And if you're a massive fan of the show, or if you're a fan of like adult cartoon shows like The Simpsons or Family Guy or South Park, you'll definitely have a great fun blast with this movie. And if it is a local cinema near you, I 100% definitely check out this film. Mostly for those who are a big fan of the show like me. So that's pretty much all I have to say about the Bob's Burgers movie. I'm going to give the Bob's Burgers movie 4.5 out of 5. Definitely deserves this rating for being, like I said, a fun blast movie, especially for those who are a fan of the show. And like I said, for those who are diehard fans of the show, they will definitely have a fun blast with this one. Even though if there's not much fans of the show, they'll still have a fun time with this one. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching for my AK After review on the Bob's Burgers movie, and let me know what you think of this movie if you've just recently seen it, or if you've already seen this film. Did you have a blast with this one, or was this not really a popcorn treat, or even your burger treat, really? So again, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews, and as always, this has been Foggins Media Corner signing off.